Welcome to the Central Florida Computer Society and Sarasota Technology User Group's Windows Special Interest Group, or WinSig, for Sunday, August 10th, 2025. Wow, August already and 2025 already. Time sure goes by quickly. I'm Hewie Poplock, and this is WinSig for Sunday, the 10th of August, and I will stop the share and see who's here. Wow, we've got a good group today, and we have a good group every time, but we have a large group today, and glad you're here. Our The way I run this is during the month I pick up articles about Windows and computers in general, make a list of them, and post them on Hewie.net. You'll notice that this month's they were a little bit short of the numbers because I usually have over 20 of them, but some of them we're going to talk about probably a little longer than normal. So I purposely kept the list down. Going to open up Edge because I found that works easier for me. And then we're going to go to Hewie.net. And on Hewie.net, we go to WinSig. And every month I take one of the articles, something from one of the articles, and post a picture of it, by the way. I don't know if you take a look at it. And then I also, after the meeting and I get the recordings, I post the recording. So here's July's recording and July's topics. Here's August topics. And then the recording will go right after that, after I've downloaded it and edited it. Here are the items to be discussed for today. And the first one happens to be from Microsoft itself, so I can't use the F9 key to make it bigger, but I did find a way just to Control Plus and make it bigger. So let's go ahead and do that. I found this is an interesting website. I had known about it before and had gone to it before, but it's not just one of the regular ones that I use. And it's called Windows Forum, and it's all about Windows. And the article that they were talking about this month was August 1st that they talked about it. At the end of support for Windows 10 approaches, a significant shift is occurring in the operating system landscape. Users are increasingly migrating to Windows 11, driven by the impending October 14th, 2025 deadline where Microsoft will cease regular updates. And we talked about last month the different ways in which you can get the updates for another year for Windows 10. But this article talks a little bit about what's going on. And it says the decline of Windows 10, it's the end of support deadline, the extended security updates or ESUs, uh, the hardware compatibility issues with 11, between 11 and 10, and then the rise of Windows 11. In contrast, Windows 11 is experiencing a surge in adoption. Yeah, they're twisting our arms. The Stat Counter reports that of July 2025, Windows 11's global market share has risen to 52% after 5 years. There's still only 52%, surpassing the Windows 10 for the first time. The growth attributed to several factors: user interface and features, performance enhancements, and security improvements. The alternative paths and community responses, implications for the tech ecosystems. So you got hardware sales now, software development, and e-waste concerns. You got 52% of all of the Windows computers out there that are on Windows 11, and that means 48% are Windows 10, or probably close to that, because I'm sure there's some people still and businesses still using Windows 7. Um, but that's a lot of computers, and if they take them out and then take them to the e-waste, they're going to have a lot of computers out there in e-waste. So the approaching end of support for Windows 10 is catalyzing a significant shift in the operating system landscape. While Windows 11's adoption is accelerating, Challenges related to the hardware compatibility, user choice, and environmental impact remain. As the deadline nears, users and organizations must carefully consider their options to ensure a smooth transition and continued security in their computing environments. For instance, if you went ahead and got a Windows 11 computer, what are you doing with your Windows 10 computer? Have you gotten rid of it yet? Uh, let's let's see what we got in this article first, and then we'll discuss the Windows 10 legacy. 10 years that changed everything, and to support Windows 365 and Office, productivity in the crosshairs, extended security updates, the ESU, the push to Windows 11, and AI and Copilot, the modern productivity imperative, and so on, and then upgrade strategies. So this is a pretty good article, and I do recommend taking a look at it, sharing it with others or groups. As you can see, there's a lot of good information there. So let's stop to share for a moment. And what are you doing with your old Windows 10 computers? Anyone? Are you keeping them? Are you giving them away to somebody? And what are they going to do when the uh, when October rolls around? Or are you just putting them in the landfills or through the e-waste? Mike, your hand is up.
Well, you know where I'm coming from.
Absolutely. That's
I've
and that's one of
I've
the things I'm
already
looking for.
decided to put Linux on my old Windows legacy computers, and that's what I'm running right now. But it was asked in chat, you know, will some of these methods, quote unquote, of creating a Windows 11 installation flash drive using utilities such as Rufus or what was the other one he just put in there? Flyby. Are those safe to use or acceptable to use? And the answer is yes. They all work, but you always risk getting to a point where Microsoft comes out with a feature update for Windows 11 that isn't compatible with what you've just installed, and you're right back to installing all over again.
Okay, any other comments, questions?
I'm going to just keep running my 10 computer. It
I
just,
would say,
it works
I would,
fine.
I
Okay,
was going
so
to say was the problem with hanging on to the old operating systems is that you get so far behind in the actual navigation of the operating system. And so if you want to be able to move forward, say for instance, if you decide that you're going to go to Windows 12 or 13 or whatever, and you've been using Windows 10, you're going to have a huge learning curve. So, in my opinion, it's always been my policy to just move forward, and so that you can be able to stay current with the latest changes in the OS.
okay, any other comments?
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the economy to sort itself out before I make any financial investment in computers.
I think, Huey also knows that I was always a late adopter. When we went from Vista to Windows 7 and then from 7 to 8 and then 8 to 10, I was always a year behind because I wanted to wait for all the bugs to filter out.
Well, the other thing
Okay.
I noticed was this environmental handling fee, which means that when you buy it, you're already paying for it to be recycled. So does that mean when you take a used computer to an e-waste that they're not going to charge you for disposing of it? Yeah,
I'm
right.
sure
Our
not.
our county has called a hazardous waste building. When you drive into the county dump, there's a driveway that goes off to the right and goes into this very long shed. And then you just drive down the length of that shed and find paint recycling and battery recycling, and you get to electronics recycling, and you can dump anything there, no charges. So I know other counties do the same thing.
D, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine for a while. I have a Windows 10, which I'm on right now, desktops, okay, and I have another one right beside me, which is an 11. So I've been slowly migrating over, but I'm just gonna keep mine for a while just to make sure I have all my files on there and nothing is amiss. I just have a lot of files. I do journaling and have a lot of pictures and clip art and all that stuff. So I don't want to lose anything. But
Eh,
just to say
It's it.
that, yeah,
It's hard to give up that old workhorse anyway.
yeah, right.
We, we
I
we
felt the
we all
same
have
way.
an attachment to them.
I had the same problem with 7. So, but I'm sure I'll eventually get rid of it.
Okay, let's go back to the articles and share and close that. And the next article, Windows 11 24 H2's KB number update includes computer transfer app. And Microsoft finally makes PC migration a lot easier for Windows 11 patch Tuesdays. And it includes a computer transfer app. And on the Windows 11 July 8th patch, Microsoft that uh, let's see, at first glance, it doesn't seem like a lot, but the highlights section only states the update has security updates. As in this case for Patch Tuesday, the real need of the patch is hidden away under improvements. It says this security update includes improvements that were a part of the of an earlier update, and then clicking on that link leads you to the real treasure trove for this update. People in Europe are getting better default app options, and you can now send text and images to Microsoft 365 Copilot. But the personal favorite addition from this author was the PC migration. The PC to PC migration experience in Windows is starting to roll out. You'll begin to see the landing page. And by the way, I didn't hit F9. Let's do that. You'll begin to see the landing and the pairing page, the Windows Backup app, giving you a first look at what's coming. In the full experience, you'll be able to transfer files and settings from an old PC to a new one during setup. Support for this feature during PC setup will arrive in a future update. Remember, these notes are from the beta version of Windows 11. Uh, However, what happened was I took an older computer I had that I was having problems with, and went ahead and just wiped Windows completely and installed a brand new version of it. As soon as I signed into my own Microsoft account, which is the same one I have for this computer, it said, "Here are your settings." I'm trying to think of the list of them, but it gave a whole list, and I could choose which ones I wanted. Bookmarks, settings, app settings, and uh, passwords, and so on. There was a whole list of them, and if I chose any of or all of them, it brought all of them back into this new updated computer that was a brand new uh, uh, version of Windows. So it brought in all the settings for programs, and it showed me what apps I had installed, but it doesn't install the apps. But all the settings for them are there. If I install the apps, it'll pick those up. But it also picks up the uh, items that Windows has, all the settings for. Once I put Word in, it had all the the information about Word and Word documents I had. It just did everything for me. It was so nice. And it was all automatic and it wasn't anything I did. So I don't know if any of you have found that. Uh,
Couple of
but
hands up.
Oh, yes, I
but
have.
okay, hang on a second. Let me stop the share and see what we've got. Okay, we got Bill first.
I used that method of installing, um, setting up new computers for a long time. And one of the other features I've noticed is that it will ask me occasionally of which computer that I want it to clone. And so I use that feature, and I've never had a problem. The computer I'm using now is the newest one I have, and I set it up, and I was up and running within an hour. Had all my um, programs, my settings, everything, and I didn't miss a beat. So I strongly recommend, using your Microsoft account to set it up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jolin.
Thank you. Yeah, I volunteer at the computer club every Monday. We have a wonderful resource center that people can come in and get help. Last Monday, we did 2 new Macs and I did 3 new Windows setups. We had one person who did not use, with Windows 10, who did not use OneDrive, did not have a Microsoft account. The 2 that did, it is absolute magic. Everything is just there when you sign into your account. I have a Surface Pro 6, which has Windows 10, which will not update. I've been struggling with it, and a couple of weeks ago, there it was, a Windows 11 Surface Pro. It's beautiful. I was at the computer club when I was setting it up. My laptop that I'm on now, my HP 17-inch, sits at home now because I have a lighter weight one to carry with me. It copied not only my taskbar, like you were saying, it put the same picture on the desktop. It kept my same settings for the way I work. So I have both of them that work brilliantly together. And I just love it. If you are in Windows 10, please do yourself a favor. If you ever consider that you might be upgrading to 11, use OneDrive. Make sure you have an up-to-date, secure. Go in and make sure they've got your number, and if they've got an alternate email, go and complete your Windows settings and make sure that it's available, because the update to a new machine is just easy peasy.
Absolutely. Any other
Totally
comments?
agree. Totally agree. I set up a friend's of mine's computer. I was really surprised that she had actually um, used OneDrive and had a Microsoft account. She got a brand new all-in-one, and she migrated from Windows 10 to 11 because the new computer had 11. And we put in her Microsoft account, and everything came back. She had her wallpaper, the whole business, just as if she was on her own machine. The only thing we had to do was move some of the programs that she had stored on a different drive. And it was seamless. And she has had no complaints whatsoever. And she's running Windows 11. So, I mean, I can't sing its praises. I'm like Jolynn. I'm a firm believer.
Do you have to have the syncing function running for it to work? Or can you
Uh,
be connected to your OneDrive without having it
No,
do the sync?
you have to be connected to the internet, and you have to be
Oh
able to
yeah,
use OneDrive.
but you don't have to have the sync function turned
Well,
on
if you're
though.
not syncing, then your data isn't going to be in OneDrive.
But you can still connect to your OneDrive. You don't have to have sync on to use OneDrive.
Okay, if the update you want is a smooth operation, make sure everything is connected and secure. I have never had to turn on or off sync, so I don't know the answer to that specific question.
I don't either
Yeah,
because
Because
like, well, like
I
for
sync
example,
it
across.
worked.
I sync
Yeah.
across the board, so I don't know, Steve.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just use the one computer. I don't need the sync, so I have it turned off.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
sync everything, and let's see,
You
my
can choose what documents and what file and folders you want to sync. You don't have to
Yeah,
sync
I've still got the Windows backup that backs up your system. I just don't have the sync function turned on.
Yeah.
Well, if you have one computer, I guess that makes sense. But so you should
Yeah.
be okay. I mean, when you get ready to migrate to the new machine, just follow the prompts, and you should be okay. If you just are using one machine, because everything that you have on that you have elected to send to the cloud will come back to the new computer. So in OneDrive, you have the option of selecting what files and what folders you want to save to the cloud. And so those associated with your Microsoft account. Settings is one, desktop is another I would do, documents, videos, all those would be folders that I would select to be backed up to the cloud. When you get ready to migrate to the new computer, put in your Microsoft account, it's going to ask you, um, or maybe it recognizes this computer. Do you want it to look like this one? And you say yes, and you're on your way.
Yeah, I don't save all of my files. I don't sync all of my files, say, in my documents folder to the to my OneDrive because I have more files on my hard drive than I do space in OneDrive. But somewhere it saves the settings that you need. And I'm not sure whether you have to have things syncing or not. I'm going to have to do some research into that to what you actually have to do to make that work. But I think long as you're doing settings and you have a Windows account, it's keeping track of those things. Even I'm not sure whether your OneDrive is even required.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what I'm wondering too. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
so I'm
same
going to have
thing.
to do some research on that to make sure because I very much limit what I automatically save to OneDrive. I do have OneDrive on, and I do have some folders that I duplicate on OneDrive, but not all of them because I've got well over a terabyte of files on my computer and I only have a 1 terabyte of storage I'm probably only 25% use of that. So I'm not sure how you I was surprised that it picked up all that information. So there's something that I didn't realize I had on or it just automatically does it. So I'll have
Well,
to find that out.
I just asked and it says you do not have to have sync on for on Windows 10 for it to work. So it is. It's something about the account and the settings and what they,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Good. Thanks, John.
yeah,
Yeah, isn't that handy? This AI stuff
that's
sometimes comes in
perplexity for
real
you.
handy.
That's perplexity for you. It'll give you the answer you need.
Yeah, we're
Um,
not needed anymore. You know that, John?
Oh,
that's,
yes, we are, because there's too many people out there that don't understand and are afraid to die. So
that,
we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Oh, okay, good, good.
And
that,
I
AI,
don't,
The
that
and
same,
AI may hallucinate too.
yeah.
the
So
world will always need geeks.
that same process of turning OneDrive on and syncing is also used to test for the ESU updates free of charge for a year. And there's several videos on YouTube about it where they've actually walked through the process.
Excellent. Thanks, John.
Fairly complex, but walking through the complex of turning on OneDrive, allowing it to sync,
Mhm.
turning off the sync, rebooting, logging back in again, and then checking to see if you can get the ESUs for free. And just that process and having that Microsoft account will give you the ESUs for Windows 10 for another year free of charge.
that's the explaining computers site you're talking about, right?
I think it was explaining computers, and it might have also been Brytech 09. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to our screen here and share. And let's see if there's anything else in here. That was it. Okay, for that article. So let's go ahead, turn that. And the next one is launch Windows settings app in Windows apps. And F9, thank you. And launch the Windows settings app. Learn how to launch the Windows settings app. This topic describes the MS settings URI scheme. Use this URI scheme to launch the Windows settings app to specific settings. And I played with this a little bit. To launch the settings app, you use the MS settings colon, and then let's see, and it's got some examples here. Uh, so launch your, there's an app you can call, but there's a way in which you, in MS settings, the URI scheme reference. So you can find the MS settings, and let's see if I can remember how I did this. Uh, I believe calling. I got to remember how I did it. To launch the settings app, use the MS settings colon. So I believe, let's take one of the US the settings, email and account, MS, other users. Let's see, I'm just trying to find something that apps features. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
see. If I do this, Control C to copy that. I think if I go to, is that the prompt, I think? I don't recall. Drew, any idea?
You're gonna probably want to do that at a command prompt.
Wait a minute. You go to
Probably, I would imagine that's
go to shell programs.
the PowerShell.
No, that's not what I want. I thought because I've been there before. Let's see.
Uh,
Gosh, I did this a couple of days ago, and that's a long time ago, and you tried stuff new.
oh, wait a
Launch
minute.
it.
It's a URI, so you could put that
Yeah.
into a browser.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's see. I got to move this out of the way. I've got here. Okay. So we'll open a new window or a new tab and type in MS settings features and click it. Trying to open settings. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and open it. Yeah, and there they are. Okay. Thank you, Drew. I knew somebody know it. So here are all the installed apps. So you can take any of these items and you just put it in as a web address. And let's go back to the article again. So on apps, your Control Center, Cortana, devices, ease of access, and you can see what settings are there and turn them on or off. So for those of you who like to get in there and really play with some of this stuff, this is another way in which you can do it. Network and internet. What's your network status? So we'll do a Control C and do here and Control V and open. And it brings you right to network and internet, and it shows me all of the information in my settings. So something to play with those of you who, let's see, come back here. Those of you who like to go into some of this stuff, and I know there's a few of you do. Some of it's way above your head. Don't worry about it. But for those who like to play with these kind of things and settings, I mean, look at all the different settings you can play with. Really screw up your computer if you want.
What was the link to this page that we're looking at now?
Let's come back here. It is launch the Windows settings app, Windows apps.
Oh, okay, good.
It's that one right there. I know, Steve, that's something you probably would like to play with.
Yeah, it makes it a little faster, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I use that sort of thing in Firefox all the time.
Yeah.
It uses the same command structure.
okay. Now the next item on here is let me move this out of the way here. is, I don't know if you're familiar with Paul Thurrott or not, one of the foremost writers about Windows and dealing with Microsoft. And over the years, he's written various books on the operating systems. The last one I had
Colors of the sky
had
fade
was,
with the setting sun as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
what was
The
that?
colors of the sky fade.
I just
Is
muted
that
him.
so? Okay, thank you. I can't see that screen. Anyway, now available Windows 11 Field Guide ebook. And you can get the field guide for 11 and for $10 or more if you want to give him more money. And so it's like a manual for Windows 11. There is one is for Windows 10 as well. And if you'd like to subscribe, and I can't remember how much it is, to his newsletter, uh, the paid version, you will get a free copy of both the Windows 10 and Windows 11 field guides. Now, if you also would like to get the free newsletter, you will also get a link to download those field guides. And so just go through this page and it will tell you how to do that and it'll take you there. So let's take a look at, let's see, let's come back. And you get them free, by the way. So you don't have to pay for his newsletter. Long as you subscribe to the free version of the newsletter, he'll send you links to both of them. And so if you're still on 10 or still have a computer with 10, go ahead and use it. So, and then you'll notice here I got Windows 10 and Windows 11 field guides, but there's no link to them. Well, I don't have the right to give you the link. You'll have to subscribe to his newsletter to get them, but let's take a look at them. I am going to do this. And here's the Windows guide, field guide to Windows 10, which is probably about 10 years old now. But as things change, he updates the book. And so right now the book is 489 pages for Windows 10, and you can see getting to know Windows 10. And let's see if we can make this bigger. We can by doing this. And he's got a lot of illustrations, and so I'm not going to go through the whole book with you, obviously, but I do want you to see the kind of things that there are. Windows Update accounts. You want to know about accounts in Windows 10? Well, here's all about it. And it'll give you some real good information. And the calendar and people and mail. And as you can see, the table of contents takes you right to where you want to go. System recovery and what to do. And this is Windows 10. Now, also, let's go ahead and we'll close this and we'll open up Windows 11 Fields Guide. And we'll come up to the table of contents. And actually, I believe the cover, tweet this book. You want you to advertise for them. But here is the title page. You've got the introduction, a note about screenshots, and install Windows 11. Now I've got it set so it's the desktop and information about it. So you've got a manual for Windows and you got to write at your fingertips. And then in the reference guide in it, let's see, keyboard shortcuts, file explorer, all the shortcuts. See what else he's got in this reference guide. Sound recorder and virtualization. Hyper-V. I don't know if he's got anything on Sandbox here or not. Well, let's see.
Windows 11.
This is Windows 11, yeah.
I just did a quick search on the internet for Windows 11 Field Guide, and they want $10 for it.
That's correct. But if you subscribe to his newsletter, you get it free. but even $10 is well worth it. But so there's a table of contents, and then I thought there was uh, another way to search it, but on files, it talks about all the different files structures and file explorer. And so it's all in one book. If you're a book type person, this is great. If you're a Copilot or Chat GPT person, you can ask the same kind of questions and maybe match them up and get more information or find out from here some things. You get the terms and then ask some questions through the Chat GPT. So I think those are two books that I like having uh, in my library. I also have a copy on my iPad, and I have a copy of their PDF files. I have copies on my phone. So if I need to look up something really quick, it's there, and it didn't cost me anything.
Does
So
he
I
cover
think,
anything on the registry?
well, let's go and see. Let's go back to share.
What's his name again?
Hang on. Let me answer his question and I'll come back. Don't forget your question, Di.
Okay.
But you said registry and well, you got to search here. So let's look.
Paul Thurrott is his name.
Okay.
Thoreau.
Thurrott. It is Thurrott. No, it's got two T's at the end. Uh, so registry, there's actually nothing there for registry because it's not geared to heavy users, and it's geared to beginners and people who want a manual.
Mm-hmm.
So and Di, what was your question? Just what's his name?
Yeah, I think I got it. The rod.
Okay, but let's
I just
let
threw the
me go.
website in the chat.
Oh, okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, but if you go back to where is it here? If you come back here, um now available in Windows 11 Field Guide. If you go
There's a link
here,
to that.
there's his
Okay.
name, and the link is in here where you can register for his
Okay.
email, and he'll send you the links to the two books.
Thank you.
So I think, if nothing else, having those two books in your library from today is probably worth the fee of paying for the program today.
That's right.
Okay, the next article on here: circle to search for Windows for AI powered visual search tricks. Now, let's see what this is. Circle to search for Windows. Okay, and it wants to accept. All right, and well, it's F9 here. Thanks, Dick. Um, Android phones offer a convenient circle to search feature, which is now integrated with your Google Gemini's AI assistant. You can get convenient insights. So you can search with Google Lens in Chrome is option one. And you can do that on your computer. So let's say we were talking on, I forgot which show I was on, but we were talking about capturing uh, an error message. Well, I can't get an error message automatically to pop up, but let's see if I got a screenshot of something uh, for the search tool. Um, let's see here. Come here. I don't know what I'm going to have on here. Calls, apps, photos. Let's see if I can find a screenshot of something. Uh, I don't want to promote that. Uh, all kinds of things here. Um, Boy, there's a blue screen of death you don't want to have. Um, See if I got anything that I can grab. Um, of course, I can't find it quickly. Uh, um, Let's take it sideways, but let's take it anyway. Let's go ahead and save as, and we'll just put it on the desk. Let's see, we'll put it in downloads. Starts with 202. Okay. So now I am going to go to, let's go to Chrome and go to, move this down a little bit. No, wrong one. There we go. Move this down and we're going to go to Chrome. So we're going to go to Google search and see this little thing here. It says search by image. So I am going to do that and then I'm going to drag that. Let's go to downloads and this. So we're going to drag that right into here. And just tell it, I didn't have to tell it to do anything. Bingo, all of a sudden it's giving me what it is and different things about it, or what might be about it. So if you ever have a picture of anything, use this search by image, upload it, and let it search. So if you've got a picture of something and you don't know what it is, or you don't know where to find it, go ahead and just upload the picture to it, add it to your search, and then just click OK, and bingo, you're going to get a bunch of pictures and information about that item, if there's such a thing, and it is out there. I use that quite a bit. And let's come back to this. We'll full screen. So you can send screenshots, but you can also on your phone, you can, if you use Chrome, you can access Android style visual search right from your window. So let's see if we can do it from here. And let's see, right mouse click, visual search. So you click there and I think it will give you a way to search right from your screen. Let's see here. So you can be either, let's see, on both Windows 11 and 10 is easy with the built-in screenshot tool. You can press the print screen or the Windows Shift S shortcut to start capturing a screenshot. Using the buttons at the top of the screen, if you want to take, grab what you got there, and then once you take the screenshot, Windows will save it. I can't show you that because I use a program called Snagit that overrides the built-in screenshots with Windows. But then, for example, you can pass that image to an AI assistant, to ChatGPT, to Copilot, to Perplexity, or you can. Most tools support pasting images, so you can ask anything you want about it. But generative AI tools will give better result if you explain what you'd like to know about the image. You can also use the snipping tool, and that's what I don't have on this computer. And then option 3, share apps with AI in real time. And there's some ways to do that and does explain that. So I I hope you're using the ability in Copilot and in ChatGPT and some of the others that you're using the upload ability within them to upload a picture, screenshot, or something that you want more information about. You don't have to go into a description about it or not. You just, here's an upload. Write me a 2-paragraph description of what this is. And bingo, you don't even have to figure out what it is, and it'll give you the information you want. Comments? Anybody tried that? Anybody have used that? Anybody using it right now at this moment?
But when you did that search on the center cam, did it actually come up and say it was a center cam? because it showed a whole bunch of ones, but it didn't have an
Well,
app or even their
let's do it a
site, I
little.
don't think.
Yeah, let's do it a little bit different. Let's go ahead. I'm going to share a screen again. And this time, let me go ahead and open up ChatGPT. It's over on the other screen, so let me bring it over. And we're going to upload, add files and photos. And we're going to take, let's see, that's not where I want it to be. Documents.
Was
Let's see,
it
we want
downloads?
downloads. Yep. It was the 202. And say open. And what is this?
There it
You,
is.
you, you've got your hands on CenterCam V2, an innovative middle screen webcam designed to sit in the center of your monitor. And so what is this? It talks about it. Where can you find one? Either at their website or you're going to Amazon or other retailers. And then quick overview, what it is, key features, where to buy it, and so on. So just by grabbing a picture of something, you can find out an awful lot about it. So I find that I use it more than I would have thought I would. Let's stop the share. And Steve, I think I answered your question. Any other
Yeah.
questions?
Not a question, but a comment, if I may.
Sure, by all means.
Google Lens rocks without a doubt. It helped me. I was given a stack of pages of 6 addresses, full addresses, phone numbers, email, location, that kind of thing, that they just needed the primary email address, and Google Lens was able to pick up the text, let me select it, then my phone is connected to my computer. It sent it to my clipboard, and I pasted it into a Google Doc. And then when it was all done, Gemini created the CSV from just the primary email addresses that were in that list. It was amazing. And I know how much, and as I mentioned, I used to do data entry by the hour. I mean, just hours upon hours of data entry. So it was brilliant. So if you have access to Google Lens in any way, shape, or form, it does all kinds of wonderful things.
The whole idea of a computer is to help you do things easily, quickly, and as hands-free as possible. And
they all work
and,
together.
and they work together, and the tools are there if you know how to use them, or somebody pointed them out to you to use them. Mike, you have your hand up.
I am an Amazon addict, and I'm sure many others are too. So Amazon has maybe it's semi AI, but I'm sure it's AI driven. And in their app on the phone, their shopping app, you can bring up your camera and you can either scan a picture of something, scan something in real life, scan a UPC code, you name it. And if it's sold on Amazon, it's going to come up with the page and the price. And I've even done that similarly in Best Buy.
Is
And
that
Best
Rufus?
Buy has a comparison shopping app.
Yeah,
And you
is
can,
have they named it Rufus?
yeah, well, they do have Rufus, but this was
But
even
this is
before
different.
Rufus. Yeah, this
Is
was
it?
in the shopping app before they started their Rufus AI.
Thank you.
And Best Buy has a matching policy, so you can be going up and down the aisles in Best Buy and find something and immediately scan it and bring up the Amazon price. If it's either the same, you just get it that day from Best Buy and don't have to wait for it. Or if it's less on Amazon, then Best Buy will match it right there, and you
Yeah,
can buy it and get a
the
refund.
good thing is the date when the sale ends, it'll be on Best Buy. So then you know when the Amazon one is going to end too.
Yeah.
Any other comments? All right. We're getting there. Let's go back to sharing screen. And so we've got search tricks. ChatGPT users send, yeah, this is interesting. ChatGPT. Oh, there's an advertisement here at the top. Does that go away? I guess not. Oh, let's do the F9. There we go. Yeah. ChatGPT receives 2.5 billion prompts from global users every day. OpenAI told Axios about 330 million of those are coming from users in the US. And that's ChatGPT. And then you've got all of the other AI programs as well in the chat bots, the different chat bots. These numbers show just how ubiquitous, easy enough for you to say, OpenAI's flagship product is becoming. Google's parent company Alphabet does not release daily search data, but recently revealed that Google's receives 5 trillion queries a year, which averages to just under 14 billion daily searches. Independent researchers have found similar trends. Neil Patel of NP Digital estimates that Google receives 13.7 billion searches daily, while research from SparkToro and Datos, two digital marketing companies, estimate that figure is around 16.4 billion per day. So uh, definitely people are using them, and no wonder people complain about the computer sometimes being slow because all that's got to come through the same wires. So I just thought the numbers were interesting to know that you're not the only one that uses these services.
And think about the power that's necessary to keep those computer servers running the chat applications.
Yeah, the chat applications, especially, which use an enormous amount of power every day, and and that's why it costs $20 a month for some of the services because they got to pay. Somebody's got to pay for
And that's also why they build them next to nuclear reactors.
Yep.
it. Yep. Okay, interesting article. So let's go ahead and F9. Please stop saving these screenshots on your phone. Phone screenshots are harmless, right? Well, for hackers, those screenshots could be keys to accessing accounts or private information you'd rather no one else know about. Stay a bit safer by never saving these screenshots on your phone. Passwords and usernames. Do you take screenshots of passwords so you'll remember them? Not a good idea. Keep any screenshot containing passwords and or usernames. Uh, Instead, enter your login details in your favorite password manager. So use your password manager on your phone to keep the passwords. Don't use screenshots of them. Tracking details. A simple tracking number might seem innocent enough, but if someone enters it online, they may be able to see your address, phone number, or and when your package is arriving, and even what you ordered. So you want to be careful. Don't put those in your pictures. Let's say on uh, Google Photos that you share with people because anyone in the world can then get that information, find out when it's going to arrive at your address, and be right down the street to steal it on you. Uh, Online tickets. Oh, this is a lot of people I've seen hold up their boarding pass or a ticket to a cruise or something. Booking confirmations. Uh, uh, and this author said, I'm guilty of this. You take a phone screenshot of your online ticket, boarding passes, booking confirmations, and more just in case you lose internet access at the worst possible moment. Yet the barcodes and QR codes on those screenshots don't just work for you. If hackers grab those screenshots, they can easily take your place. Suddenly, that expensive concert ticket has already been used, or that hotel room you booked already has someone else in it. For bookings, you're also telling hackers when you won't be home. Private emails, texts, or other messages. The word here is private. Usually, when you screenshot emails, texts, or messages from various messaging apps, this includes real or usernames, email addresses, and phone numbers, and possibly other personally identifying information. Now imagine sending a private joke to a coworker about another coworker. If someone saved this as a screenshot and the hacker got access and posted it publicly, you could both lose your job. Or maybe you're having conversations that should definitely only be seen by you and the recipient. Uh, any type of ID. Would you hand over your driver's license or passport to any random stranger? I hope not. But so if you take a picture of your driver's license and have it in your photos, uh, it's accessible by somebody to have all of your information. And so you want to be careful of that. So instead, store them securely in your favorite digital wallet. And that's what some of the states now are allowing you to do is to have them in your digital wallet and utilize the digital version of your license, but don't just take a picture of it. Same with medical details, financial documents, uh, your taxes. Don't take pictures of your taxes and post them uh, with your other pictures. Confidential documents and information and so on. It's something we don't talk about a lot, but I think is something that you should be aware of and and be careful of. I see a lot of times. We're going on our first cruise, and they're holding up their tickets with a QR code and all the information. So it's not only telling the bad guys all that information, but you're telling them when you're going away, when your house is going to be empty. So the best thing to do is save those pictures and the information about your trip when you get back, then post them. Don't post them while you don't have to take a picture of that buffet on your cruise and publish it for that meal. You can show it when you get back, and people will still not want to see it, but they'll look at it. Any comments, questions about that? Okay, we just have a couple of more articles. We're getting close, so we're doing good. And let's close up a few of these things here. And come back here. And second to the last, Americans use AI in everyday products without realizing it. I thought this was an interesting article. F9. Nearly all Americans use products that involve artificial intelligence features, but nearly two-thirds or 64% don't realize it. According to a new study conducted in partnership with Telescope, an organization that works towards the responsible advancement of technology. While some Americans are optimistic about how AI will contribute to society in the future, many view its potential impact negatively. Most U.S. adults, regardless of political party, believe the government is at least partially responsible for addressing the potential harms and risks associated with AI. In addition, majorities say business leaders also bear responsibility for how AI is used. And these findings are based on a nationally representative web study of 4,000 U.S. adults conducted between November and December of this past year. For the purposes of the research, artificial intelligence, AI, is defined as computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. And so most of the U.S. adults don't realize the usage of AI-enabled products. Let's see what it talks about here. Most Americans view AI's potential impact negatively. And You can read this article here. Americans aligned on responsibility for reducing potential AI harms. And again, it gives some numbers of them. So it's a survey. About half of Americans feel high personal accountability for responsible AI use. And then the implications of it is AI technology rapidly advances in the US and abroad. Products that Americans use frequently in their daily lives are increasingly adopting AI to improve their efficiency, accuracy, and personalization. However, it's not always evident to users that a product uses AI features. And so, if you want to stay up to date with the latest Gallup news and updates, you can follow them on X, which is formerly Twitter, and learn more about the Gallup panel, how it works, by clicking on the link. So as I read these articles and go through them with you, a lot of times there's links in them that if you're interested in, like in partnership with Telescope. Well, if you don't know what Telescope is, you click on it and it'll take you so you'll see what telescope is. So that's how I get caught in rabbit holes by clicking on links in these different articles on a regular basis. And our final article for today, F9, YouTube is to be included in Australia's teen social media ban. YouTube will be included in Australia's first social media ban for children under 16 after the government ditched previous exemptions for the platform. The video sharing site was set to be excluded from the ban, which will limit TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, and Snapchat, and is due to start in December. Under the ban, teenagers will still be able to view YouTube videos, but will not be permitted to have an account, which is required for uploading content or interacting on the platform. YouTube, owned by Google, has argued it shouldn't be blocked for children as the platform offers benefit and value to younger Australians. It's not social media, it said in a statement on Wednesday. Australia's laws are being watched with great interest by global leaders, with Norway announcing a similar ban and the UK saying it is considering following suit. So, by limiting teens' access to YouTube and other and social media, uh, it's going to be interesting how they control that. And what are your feelings on that? Let's we'll end our program on that. What do you feel about banning children from watching TikToks or having an age requirement for watching TikToks or YouTube? Any kind?
How do you enforce it? You know,
Well, that
I've got
that's
great grandchildren. One's 3, one's 5, and their parents have each given them old iPhones. And yes, they control the access to the internet, but these kids are smart enough to actually go into the settings now. The older one who's 5 teaches the younger one who's 3 how to turn the internet on and call granny. Okay, so how do you keep them away from, I mean, sure, you've got to agree to the terms and conditions, and sure, you've got to sign in, but that doesn't keep the kids off it, you know.
Yeah, one of the articles I read, they're using AI, and what that AI is able to do is to look at various things that that person has accessed, and they can tell from what they've accessed if they're younger people, and that's how they're going to probably be able to do that. But again, there's ways around all of that kind of
Well,
stuff.
could they use a sort of geolocation?
Location, but
I mean, a 5-year-old's not likely to know how to work a VPN, are they?
yeah, but what they're doing is they're looking at what other things they've looked at, and if it all seems to be uh, a teenager or a child related things that they've viewed, most likely they're children. If they're reading children's books or going to websites about children and things and so on, they're going to be able to say, "Oh, wait a minute, this person's mostly doing things that a child would do. Most likely they're a child." And so then, if it is an adult, you're going to have to prove that you're an adult and you're old enough to drink, or something similar.
What do you think the contributing factors are to the negative perception of AI?
They don't trust it, number one, and
No, like, I mean, would you think it was the movies, like Arnold and
Terminator,
Terminator,
yeah,
and
Skynet,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, or also, AI taking over and thinking for us, and so on. People are afraid of it.
and
There was an
before that it was
article,
in science fiction novels and comic books and stuff.
Yes,
There's
but this is about YouTube, not AI.
Yeah, yeah, that is. But AI, his question had to do with AI, so it
Yeah.
kind of fits. It kind of fits in here. But also TikTok, for instance, a lot of the problems with TikTok have to do with challenges of things that kids are coming up with that are very dangerous for other kids to try, and they're doing it just to say that they did try or something, and that kids are either getting seriously hurt or worse.
And there's bullying.
yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of bullying. Yep. So, for kids, there's a lot of negatives. For adults, there's a lot of negatives. And so it's the way you look at it and the way your mind works and how you look at various things uh, out in the world. There's uh, not to get political, so I'm not going to, but there's different points of view politically. And each person is different. And so sometimes there's reasons, good reasons, sometimes good reasons on both sides. But AI is definitely, there are some people who are deadly afraid of AI and what it can do in the future or what it's doing now. Uh,
And it's a trust
so,
issue also. You know,
yeah,
we get we get bombarded a lot about fake news, and people just don't believe uh, everything that they see or hear. Of course, you should, verify, but it's a tragic situation that has occurred in
Well,
this.
yeah, I,
if you go all the way back to the assembly line concept that Ford introduced, saying how many people is this going to put out of work because we're mechanizing the assembly line. Things used to be hand assembled, and of course they found other jobs for people. The Corvette plant, which I took a tour of in Bowling Green back in 2015, 2016, has lots of computer controlled processes, but now AI's in a lot of that over and above. And there are many people no longer working on those assembly lines because AI is making the quality control decisions. So the quality control people aren't being employed, and the unions in part are against it, even though it's a more efficient process.
I
I
think
got
the tragedy, one of the tragedies I recall, is educators decided, to completely ban the use of AI rather than uh, teaching the students how to use it in a beneficial way. They totally decided to ban it totally, and now you have a group of people that are uh, unaware of how they can use it beneficially. And I think that was a sad decision to make.
Well, back when I was a student a few years ago,
They
I mean,
use slide
I would
rules.
I would get assignments for reading in some of my literature classes, and there was no way I was going to read these 300 to 500 page books. And he went to the bookstore and bought Cliff Notes.
yep.
The colleges were allowed to do it because they knew if they didn't sell the Cliff Notes there, the students were going to get them in town at the bookstores. So they just went ahead and sold them. So you could get a complete review of the book that you were about to write the book report on, heaven help you if you plagiarized what was in the Cliff Notes, because the instructors or professors would know that. But it's the same thing now. AI can do that for you. Give me a book review on, War and Peace, and you can
Exactly.
get it, you know.
And it was
Yep.
like, I remember writing term papers. You go to libraries and go through the encyclopedia, get all the information. But you were also told, you needed to quote your sources of where you got the information.
But AI
And
can do that for you. It can give you a complete
exactly,
report with all the footnotes you need.
As long as
exactly.
it doesn't make those up as well.
Yes, right,
Yeah.
if it's not hallucinating.
Well, that's on the onus on the author. They need to be able to know that they need to verify that information. So it's a lot of work to produce a paper using AI, because you still need to go in and research, but you got a lot of information that is afforded to you that you didn't have before from various sources. It's a wonderful tool to use. You just need to learn how to use it. And I think that's where we failed in teaching our kids in school, that this is a tool that they can use to their benefit, but they just need to know how to use it and how to use it effectively.
When
Well,
calculators first came out, they were banned in schools and you couldn't have them in tests.
Hmm.
And now, if you take a test, some kind of a math test or something that involves math, a lot of times they'll give you a, a calculator to use during the exam.
Yeah,
So times change, and the approaches change. I'm in the process of putting together a video on ways in which to figure out if a picture or if a text, if an article has been written by AI. But there's also programs out there that will rewrite it so it doesn't appear as written by AI to those devices. And
Hmm.
so for everything that we do, uh, there are ways to, for the bad guys to find ways around it, and then there's ways in which we can check the bad guys. So it's a never-ending thing, but
Game of leapfrog. Yeah.
but
yeah.
it's going to be an
Well,
interesting video that I'm doing. It's probably going to be too long for Tech for Seniors, so it might be something I'll do
yeah.
for user groups, or I'll divide it into a series. But I've got part of it written and recorded. I got some more to do. So, Drew, you have your hand up.
yeah, I mean, I remember when I did book reports for school, I would go to the library and take out a book and find a page that had information on it that I wanted to include. But you can't just copy the text out of the book and put it into your book report. Now you can take your phone and take a snapshot of that book page and tell ChatGPT to rewrite it to an 11th grade reading level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's and kids know how to do that. And teachers are trying the ones that are into AI are finding ways to utilize the students doing that in such a way that they are still learning, and that's the trick of it. And I follow several education AI websites and newsletters for that purpose. I was a school teacher at one time. I taught junior high school, and then I also taught on the college level. And so I'm interested in how some of this works and how it's fitting into the educational philosophies and way education works. So I find it very interesting. And so I do delve into that a little bit more than the average person. Anybody else? Comments? Final comments? We've
I
heard.
have some comments, Huey.
Sure, go ahead.
The federal government is getting into subscribing to a number of AI services. And, uh, there's the worry there that that could be the beginning of Big Brother, where the government has direct access into your home, and that's easy to do through your TV or your computer. And it's scary times ahead, with all of this, and especially if you're parents with kids. So
Or a
it's
grandparent with
I
grandkids.
mean, it's also the greatest time ever to be alive because technology is so valuable and so creative and so wonderful. How can you not love it?
Yeah,
I
that's true.
And
It's,
it
you
should
know,
be,
it's
it should not be.
I have the uh, headset, the virtual reality headset that I can fly anywhere in the world and get, an accurate visual picture of it. And absolutely amazing, incredible technology.
Shouldn't be stymied, I don't think, under any, it should be embraced and but used responsibly
Carefully.
and carefully.
which is true of almost anything. We say the same thing about alcohol. We say the same thing about so many things in our world, and so it does. There are two views of everything, at least two, and we
There's
just have to uh,
and
utilize and do it and use it the right way. But
those I was going to say, and those are the teachable moments. That's where
yeah.
educators and parents and um, supervisors, whoever, should take those opportunities to inform and teach and says, okay, yes, we did this, but this is what we need to be responsible for in doing so.
Yeah, and I'm going to end this because it's our time to end, but I'm going to end this with a quote that somebody used several years ago. So a friend of mine, he says, "What are locks good for? They keep an honest person honest. If you want to break the law and break into something, a lock's not going to stop you. It only keeps an honest person honest." And with that note, I'm going to thank everybody for joining us for the Central Florida Computer Society and Sarasota Technology User Groups uh, Windows Special Interest Group for August 10th, 2025. I'm Hewie Poplock. I'm glad you joined us. I hope you learned something today.
Always.
I hope you enjoyed the time we spent together. CFCS section of this meeting. You don't have to leave. It will be right here, the same. We're going to stop the recording and then start the recording. So we have two different recordings. But so I'm going to do that first. And if I can find where the recording is, I will stop it.